Buenas tardes, somos Bellas, Alejandra Salgado,
Cindy Rivera,
y nuestra guest.
Yo soy Graciela Montes, mucho gusto.
Bienvenida, thank you so much for being here, for your time.
No, thank you guys for having me.
Bienvenida, Graciela.
Muchas gracias.
¿Nos puedes contar un poquito sobre ti, quién eres, qué proyectos tienes? Just tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know who you are.
Mi nombre es Graciela Montes, tengo 22 años. Mis padres son originarios de Nayarit. Lo que yo hago, yo soy una influencer en las redes sociales. A mí me gusta poner mucho en las redes sociales mensajes como para el cuerpo, que todos tienen que ser positivos sobre su cuerpo. También pues trabajo mucho aparte de las redes sociales. Tenemos paleterías, compañía de camiones y cosas así.
Very nice.
Oh, wow, nice. Y luego, being a social media influencer, first of all, felicidades, congratulations. We noticed that you have 1 million followers now.
Aplausos.
Thank you.
Y con una plataforma tan grande, how do you deal with all the haters?
You know what? I think something that I learned is that good publicity, bad publicity is still publicity. Yeah. You know, people are always going to want to know about you. They're always going to want to be there in the chisme. So I was like, you know what? I just kind of brush it off.
Brush it off, yeah. Definitely not.
Was it hard for you at first? Porque, o sea, like you have a good platform, all these followers. What was the first time you experienced a negative comment, and how did you approach it?
You know what? I feel like I've been having negative comments ever since the beginning. I feel like the first time I actually kind of went into depression was because of one of my past relationships. Okay. Social media was a big old problem, and I just got rid of that other problem and I kept my social media. Yeah. Okay. I see it. But other than that, I just kind of, I mean, it used to affect me a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah. It's kind of annoying. It has its perks and its downsides to being social media famous. La cosa es que when I was in that relationship, me la hacía mucho de pedo. Que las fotos, que los guys. I was like, dude, it's something I can't control, you know? Yeah. And it used to affect me a lot in the beginning, but I mean, like I said, good publicity, bad publicity is still publicity.
It's still publicity.
Yeah, definitely. And with a big platform like that, how are you using it, or how do you plan to use it to help others? So it looks like you're doing like a body positivity movement, right?
Yes.
Or along those lines?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I used to weigh almost 300 pounds.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty tall, so you could kind of expect it, but not 300 pounds, you know? And I also had a past relationship before this other toxic one. I have a tendency to get in toxic relationships. Oh, no. Jesus Christ. So anyways, I was actually engaged, and when I was with the guy, I had already got a gastric bypass, which is what made me lose weight. But he would put me down a lot because of my extra skin, or because my boobs weren't perky, or because I didn't have a butt. And that kind of like traumatized me, you know? So, you know, I feel like gym is not for everybody. For sure, it's not for me. I stay way too busy. And si no es por el gimnasio, o puede ser por gimnasio o cirugía, like, just get to where you want to be, you know? So that's kind of what I want to bring out in social media, que it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you do it, you know? There's a lot of people out there that judge the shit out of me. Que me dicen like, oh, you're not natural, you didn't lose weight the right way, you're lazy. Like, I just kind of brush it off.
No, I definitely agree with you que las mujeres no siempre estamos siendo criticadas. Que por qué no somos así, por qué tanto. But I'm very proud that you're actually bringing up these topics because, you know, de eso casi no se ve. It's always like behind closed doors que se dicen, oh, que esta, que el otro. But it's good that we're shedding light, you know. And speaking about your surgeries, when in your life do you think that you got like all of these followers after what happened?
You know, we're in 2019. I believe it was May of 2017 or May of 2018. One of those two. It was right after I ended that toxic relationship. I basically started uploading more surgery stuff, more body pictures right after. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was the 2017 because I remember I went to Colombia in June of 2017. Okay. So I left them in May of 2017, and right after that is when I started uploading more about my surgeries, about my trip to Colombia, how my body was changing, and the followers just started pouring in, you know.
That's great that you did that, because a lot of people who go through these surgeries, they're not comfortable enough posting images of themselves or just informing people. And sometimes people want to get a surgery, but they don't know how to do it, or in like videos like yours maybe explain it more, give them a little bit more idea what they're getting into. So that's really good that you're helping them out with that. So that's great.
Yeah, I have received a lot of DMs of girls always asking me for advice, like, you know what, my family's not okay with it, my boyfriend's not okay with it, I can't find the right surgeon, or I got botched by the same surgeon that you got botched from, you know, but I'm too shy to show pictures, like, can you help me out, or, you know.
What do you think the importance of you shedding light to that is? Because I know a lot of women who go into surgery, you know, they tell them, like, you know, there's a 5% chance that it won't, you know, work out or anything like that. Like, your body won't, like, accept the surgery. What do you think the overall message for those women are? You
know what? I feel like, yes, that's true. There is always a risk to any type of surgery, not just cosmetic surgery. Right. At the end of the day, es la decisión de uno. Pero yo pienso que there should be less mistakes like that. I feel like, for example, if you get a cosmetic procedure, there's a procedure that I got specifically that I was botched horribly, and that was not, like, it's one of those cases that you just don't understand how it happened. No matter how much they explain to you, it like,
like, it doesn't make sense kind of thing.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more of that, like your experience of what happened to you, and maybe like the kind of action you took to maybe kind of get that resolved? Maybe other people who maybe also got a botched surgery and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, of course. So I kind of want to start from the beginning, so you guys could kind of understand, because I do get judged a lot as well. Because I did get botched by a surgeon that I had previously gone to. And people are always judging me, like, oh, if he did that to you, why did you go back to him? Why did you finish your procedures with him?
I see.
So I'm kind of gonna get into the explanation of that. So I got my gastric bypass. I waited about a year. I had a lot of loose skin. Obviously my breasts were not perky. My whatever I had, like, las nalgas que tenía se borraron. Tenía más nalgas guau que yo. You know. So what ended up happening is I got into that toxic relationship. He started bullying me in ways que no se lo deseo a ninguna mujer. Y fue que mi mamá miró que I was depressed. And she kind of figured it out. And she started talking to me about plastic surgery. And she's like, you know what? There's these girls donde yo trabajo que se acaban de hacer sus breasts. And they look really good. Why don't you look for a surgeon? Like, te lo quiero regalar. And I was like happy as fuck. So I started looking for a surgeon. And I had originally found, I'm sorry, am I allowed to say names and stuff? Or
of course.
Sí, ¿verdad? Okay. Yeah, fuck it. So, you know what? I had found this Dr. Miami. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. So I would look at all of his snaps, and I would love the way that he would do surgery. So me being me, I called, and I was like, oh, yeah. I was, like, so excited. I was like, I want to book my surgery for sometime in the next 2 months. They're like, well, just for a consultation, it's going to take about a year or so. So I was like, Jesus, like... So para la cirugía, it would be like 2 years down the line. So maybe around this time is when I would barely be getting surgery. So I was too impatient. I couldn't wait. I started looking for more surgeons. And then I seen that doctor, que él subió other locations of doctors that he was working with. So there happened to be a doctor here in Beverly Hills. And I was like, Beverly Hills, like...
It's around the corner.
You know, before... anything, I'm gonna let you guys know, do not get fooled by Beverly Hills. Just because
I was about to say Beverly Hills, the city of surgeries, right? That's what they do. A lot of celebrities
but
just glamorize.
Yeah, don't get fooled by the name. You know, just because dice oro doesn't mean que es oro.
Oh, okay.
Put it that way.
Oh.
So I started looking at this doctor's work. I went on his Instagram. I liked his work. Back in Sinaloa, they have the body style, el cuerpo buchón. So that was always my, like, oh my God, yo quiero un cuerpo buchón. I want that tiny waist. I want big boobs and big butt. You know, I didn't want anything natural. Even up to now, like, I'm happy with my body. My butt's a little big, but, you know, it could get fixed with exercise. And I went into his office. I got a consultation. I went into his office, and he told me what he could do. Y se me ocurrió, like, around that time, my dude at the time, he started, like, being a bully to me because of my belly. So me metí eso en la cabeza, and I was like, you know what, I like this doctor's work. Like, I didn't look into it. I didn't check if that doctor had botched anybody else. I was just like, okay, images, nice. So I decided to get a quote as well for a tummy tuck and a BBL. And they quoted me, and it came out around $30,000.
Okay.
And I went back home. I kind of did something that I probably shouldn't even talk about in camera. Do not do this at home, kids. Because I was only, 19, 20 at the time?
Okay.
Do not do this. Like, not everybody has cool parents like mine. Que my mom se emputó, pero pues, they gave me the price. And I just told my mom it was, like, half of that. And she's like, okay. She's like, se va a pagar cash or whatever. So me being me, hasta vergüenza me da decirlo. I basically paid off the surgery like that. And I told my mom that same day. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Yeah. And she was just like, bueno, si eso es lo que quieres, hazlo. Pero nunca te vuelvo a dejar hacer esto y eso. I was like, shit. I was like, all right, es mejor pedir perdón que pedir permiso. You know, but you know what? Karma's a bitch. Because, you know, now I got botched. Maybe it was because of that. Maybe not because, you know what? Por X razón.
Pero aprendiste.
Pero aprendí. And I'm sorry, Mom. And please do not do this at home. I don't want anybody saying, oh, Graciela said it, so I'm going to do it. No, it's not okay.
No. We do not condone that.
Yeah, we're not supporting that. I'm just telling my story. Don't do that. So what ended up happening, October of 2016, I got my first surgery.
Which one was that one?
So I got a lipo with fat transfer to my butt.
Okay.
So the doctor did tell me that we're going to do it in parts, porque para no quedar toda porreada el mismo día. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So we decided to do a BBL. And he told me that he was going to do lipo on my back with fat transfer to my butt. And I agreed. I was like, that's fine. So me la hizo. I'm sorry. And then a month later, I started noticing que my butt was flat. It was square. I actually have images. Se las pasaré para ver si quieren subirlas. So I noticed my butt had this weird shape that from the bottom it was kind of flat, and then it was kind of like square up here. So I started telling him about that, and he's like, yeah, the reason is because you didn't have enough fat on your back. Because of your gastric bypass, you lost a lot of fat. So I was like, okay. I was like, you know what, that's understandable. He's like, but when you come back in January, which was 3 months down the line, we're gonna do more lipo on you y se te va a meter más grasa. So I was like, all right, that's cool. So that's the reason I went back to him, because I didn't consider the first surgery botched. Like, it made sense to me, like, okay, I don't have enough fat, that's fine. So I went back in January of 2017. So el día de mi cirugía, he came in, and that's when we had spoken about, like, at the time I only had 8,000 followers, and I had asked him if we could do a live with my followers. And he's like, yeah, of course. Like,
so like a consultation, but so your followers can be aware of what's going to be done to you.
Basically.
Okay.
So he's like, yeah, of course. And you know what? At the time, the doctor was barely starting social media. Okay. So he was hyped about that, you know.
As an opportunity for him too.
So he's like, yeah, of course. And he's like, wait, how many followers do you have? And I was like, about 8,000. And he's like, maybe next time.
Wow. So I was like, what did you take from that?
I was like, you know, I was me dio vergüenza in a way.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? Ese día dije, me voy a superar un día.
Sí.
Yeah. Hasta ahí la vamos a dejar. Un día me voy a superar.
Y mírate ahora.
Look at me now.
Look at me now.
Yeah. Okay. So that was that.
Okay.
And I remember I was on the phone with my mom because she couldn't be there.
Yeah.
So en lo que I was on the phone like for a minute or two. Like, I'm not even joking. He came in. Before I was done with the call, he walked out. Me marcó así en putiza y se salió. So I was like, okay. I was like, maybe he knows what he's doing already. So I was like, all right, fuck it. So I went into surgery.
Te marcó, like, cuando te marcan, like, they do the marks to where they're going to cut you, right? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Sharpito.
Yeah. So in January of 2017, it was going to be a breast lift with augmentation. It was going to be a tummy tuck. And it was going to be more fat transfer to my butt. So they were going to butcher me up right there. Like, that's a lot for your body to take. You know, I'm a big girl, so it has a lot. I think it has a lot to do with that. Everybody's it's different. Yes. You know, unos cuerpos no pueden aguantar lo que otros cuerpos sí.
Sí, claro.
So that's the thing too. I don't recommend everybody to do that. You know, if you can't do it in partes, do it. Don't do it.
Todo un montón.
Yeah, unless you have the proper care, but it's horrible to be recovering like that. But we went into surgery, and of course I signed a paper where he was allowed to film my surgery and put it on Snapchat for educational purposes. So I was like, okay. And in my head, I was like, you know what? If I let him film, he's going to do an even better job. Obviously, you don't want to show the people that are following you, like, So I was like, yeah, of course. You know, ¿quién me va a conocer ahorita?
¿Y te taparon la cara por...?
Yeah, nomás enseñaron así, like, la cortada y cosas así. So as soon as I wake up from surgery, I'm that type that I'll wake up with like so much energy. I woke up and I was like, my phone, like, somebody give me my phone. They're like, no, ay, muchacha, like, descansa. I was like, no, mi teléfono. So I straight went into Snapchat, and I seen he only uploaded like 3 snaps, and they were only like a couple seconds long. So I was like, there's something weird. Like, yo soy ese tipo de persona que yo tengo los presentimientos.
You felt something was wrong.
Ese presentimiento que dicen de bruja. Call me a witch, but I had this feeling. So I was like, he usually like records 10-second snaps and like a shitload of them. He only recorded a few of mine. So I was like, all right. I was happy because I didn't see a tummy out. I was really, really happy.
Right.
And I had to stay in the hospital that day for a few more hours. Like, usually, parece que they only let you be there like 3 hours or so, and then they have to send you home.
Okay.
Do you think that's enough time?
No. Hell no.
And why do you think that is? Why do you feel like you need more?
You know what? One of my toughest procedures was the tummy tuck. That procedure, Jesus Christ, eso sí dolió. Y no fue mucho por la cortada, sino porque te amarran los músculos por adentro. Yeah. So you can't cough, you can't sneeze, you can't laugh, you can't even like stand up straight. So yo andaba con una andadera like for 2 weeks, like just hunched over. So a mí me tuvieron que dejar for longer because my mom couldn't come pick me up. There was nobody to pick me up. So creo que la clínica la cerraban ese día como a las 9, 10 de la noche. So not until they were about to close, they were able to come pick me up. So they came and got me. I went home. Recovery, it wasn't bad. It it was heavy, but it wasn't like something like, oh my God, I'm dying.
Right.
I've heard also that a lot of girls complain because their breasts hurt. A mí los míos nunca me dolieron. Actually, my right breast, ever since I got my breast with augmentation with him, you could put a lighter on my nipple y yo no siento nada.
¿Cómo?
Oh my God.
Nothing.
I'm assuming you tried putting a lighter already.
No.
I'm
no.
kidding.
But put it this way. Cuando tengo un muchacho aquí, I have to be like, oh, try the other one. Wrong titty. You know? Ay, qué vergüenza. No, so I lost all type of sensitivity. So even when I got my second breast lift, no sentí nada. Thank God I still have sensation on this one.
Okay.
You know?
Just one, though.
Just one.
Yeah.
Better one than none, right?
No me puse roja. Anyway, so about 2 weeks after my tummy tuck, I had to go. Actually, right the next day, yo tenía que ir al doctor.
Okay.
And I actually missed something, a really important part that I actually want to bring up, que me acabo de recordar. When I went in for my second surgery in January, when he started marking me up, no se acordaba de mí el señor. He's all like, who did your BBL? They did a horrible job.
¿Y era él?
I turned around and I look at him. I was like, it was you. He's like, no, it wasn't. I was like, yes, it was. Like, check my paperwork. I was like, I barely had it in October.
He didn't recognize his own work.
He didn't recognize his own work. And he even said it. He's like, they did a horrible job. Who did it? And I turned around and I was like, it was you. Y que no. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're right. I see my markings. Y fue cuando yo me di cuenta como que este señor, like, are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah, that's have you guys seen that meme that que dice, and that's the moment he knew he fucked up?
Yeah.
Like that. Así me quedé como que
pues que no la segunda cirugía era para corregir la primera.
Yeah.
No reconocerlo.
Yeah. Wow. Like, it was something como que I was like, okay, I'm here already. He's gonna fix it. I put my faith in him.
Yes. Y esto fue cuando te marcó for like a minute or two tops when you were still on the phone with your mom.
Yeah.
So te pintó, oh, they did a bad job. Okay. Y se fue.
Yeah, y fue que me dijo, he's like, oh yeah, you're right. He's like, these are my markings. Yo me quedé like, excuse me?
Oh my goodness.
So
how did you feel that moment that he literally admitted that he fucked up and that he didn't remember you? How did you feel at that moment?
Because you were already feeling embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because he denied the lives.
Yeah. You know, it felt awkward, like, como, it did go through my head, like, como una persona no va a reconocer su propio trabajo.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? He's gonna fix it. Like, I was very naive. I probably still am. We're not perfect. En unas cosas todavía nos apendejamos. Pero pues,
and we always put our trust in a doctor. They went to school.
Yeah.
They know
they're
more
the
than us.
experts, right?
Yes.
So you're like, you know, my trust is on you. You know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Not me. So whatever you say.
Yeah. All I would do is show him a picture. Así es como quiero mirarme. I'll leave it up to you. You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. So anyways, fast forward to
the day after your surgery.
The day after my surgery, I went in. Everything was fine. I went back. 2 weeks after my surgery, he had to see me in the Brea location. He has 2 locations, I think.
Okay.
And he had to see me over there. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. And at the time, ya mero me podía yo levantar.
Okay, you're still hunched.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't 100% hunched over, pero todavía no me podía levantar straight. Y yo noté que my scar, it basically, okay, if I'm standing like this, my scar was looking a little bit like this, a little bit tilted. And I went in and I asked, I was like, hey, is this supposed to be like that? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you're healing perfectly fine. Your belly button looks great. That line se va a enderezar as soon as, like, time goes by and you stand up straight. So I was like, okay, maybe he's right. Because it's true, like, skin stretches.
Right.
So my appointment terminó or whatever, and he seen me maybe twice after that.
Okay.
And one of those times, I started developing a seroma. Are you guys familiar with seroma?
Can you explain what a seroma is?
So seroma is basically a body of water. Like, it basically feels like a bag of water right under your scar. So as I was driving, I could feel the water.
Oh my
God. You could just feel it. Wow. And even when I would stand up straight, yo me hacía así, and you could see the water moving. Yeah, and it started giving me pain. So I contacted them, like, as soon as possible. I started Googling, like, you know, Google's always, Google's always going to tell you you're going to die. Yeah. You know?
You're self-diagnosing yourself.
Yeah. So I contacted them, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's a seroma. You got to come in so they could extract the fluid. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. So it got to a point I couldn't bend over porque me dolía, me molestaba. Yeah. And I basically went in, and he started touching around, and they put a needle like this big straight into my stomach. You know, and it sounds painful, and I thought, like, yo soy de esas personas que I rather be put to sleep and get another tummy tuck que me metan una needle así.
Sí.
Oh my God.
If right now,
needles, right?
If right now that I'm pregnant, I'm like starting to sweat it because I'm like, oh my God, the epidural, like, oh God, it's lo único. Yeah. Pero pues, we're built for this, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So he put it straight into my stomach, and he started extracting the fluid. And I guess that developed because the drains were taken out too early.
Oh, okay.
He took out the fluid, and he told me, he's like, you know what? He's like, there's still some left in here. So can you please come back? And si no me equivoco, this is how good of a memory I have. He told me to come back next Thursday. So I was like, yeah, of course. He's like, because there's still fluid in there, let it build up para sacártelo.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. So pasaron los días, y otra vez me empezó el dolor y el fluid. And so Wednesday comes, the day right before I was supposed to go in. Yeah. And his office calls me, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, but your appointment has been canceled. And I was like, why? And they're like, oh, because Dr. Smiley, he left on vacation. And I was like, what the fuck? Así literal, like, yeah. I was like, okay, you guys don't have somebody who could take out the fluid in there. I was like, porque me está doliendo.
Yeah, you're having health
They're
problems.
like, no, there's nobody certified here. There's somebody who could try, but we don't guarantee you anything. I was like, what do you mean? Like,
tanto que pagaste y luego para que se vaya a vacaciones.
Yeah. So I was like, what do you mean? Like, I need this fluid taken out. It's causing me pain. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys don't have any other location where you guys could send me where they could extract it? No, we don't. I was like, okay, so what are you guys going to do in case of an emergency? Like, what do you guys do? Oh, well, we're sorry. Like, there's nothing that we could do.
Wow.
So they're like, and I was like, okay, when is the doctor getting back? And obviamente, a este punto, I'm already mad. ¿Quién no va a estar enojado?
Sí, claro.
Sí.
So they're like, we don't know. Like, we'll call you once he's back and set up an appointment. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I waited 2-3 weeks pasaron. They never called me. And to what I know, this happened around mid-March.
Okay.
I had my surgery in January
of 2017.
Yeah. 2 months later, I'm still supposed to be getting consultations. Right. I'm still supposed to be getting seen by the doctor.
As a follow-up.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Even, I guess, once time starts going by, obviamente se alargan. Oh, come in 2 months. Come in 6 months from now. But they're supposed to still be checking up on you, making sure everything's fine. Right. Especially everything that I got done to my body. It's no joke.
Yeah.
You know, they never contacted me. And then I started noticing that my breasts were falling around April. And I remember because it was my 21st birthday, and I was in Vegas. And my breasts started falling tremendously. So basically, say this is my chest.
Right.
My implants, instead of being up here, it started just falling. So it's my
so
chest.
It was like falling down.
Yeah, y nomás era una bolita. Like that. Like you could basically just see the implant right there.
Okay.
And obviously I was with my partner who was bullying me because of how I looked. For him to, yeah, you know, and he would bully me. Like,
did you have pain though?
No pain.
Okay.
No pain in my breast.
It was just something visible.
Yeah, it was something very visible. Even if I were to wear a push-up bra, acá se me miraba flat. You know, so I started noticing that. Obviously, with time, your body starts healing and it starts looking more like what your body's gonna look like after surgery.
Right.
De primero estás hinchada, everything's perky, obviously, because you know,
everything's still fresh.
Yeah.
But after a couple months is when your
is
body
when you start noticing.
is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then I noticed my left butt cheek, it was shaped like this, and my right one was shaped like this.
So there's two different shapes.
Two different shapes, and then my left one was smaller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then my scar, it went from being like this to being like that, and then it came down. Do you guys happen to have a piece of paper? I kind of want to show you guys.
Well,
like,
we can use...
no era. Oiga, préstame la pen esa.
Ven.
A ver.
have
Vamos
a
a
notebook in
encontrar
my
algo
purse.
aquí. ¿No hay papel por allá? I kind of want to give you
Algo
guys...
que no tenga nombre, algo.
Yeah.
En mi purse tengo una libreta.
Ah, ese está bien. Ya.
Yeah, I should just use the backside.
I kind of want to give you guys like a visible like image of what my scar looks like currently. I'm still going to give you guys pictures.
Yeah.
Pero para que más o menos se vayan dando cuenta. Okay. Let me fill
Your
this in for the
artistic abilities.
Yeah.
Para que la gente vea.
Para que miren mi talento. So basically, this is what my scar currently looks like. A tummy tuck scar is supposed to go straight across.
Straight horizontal.
No, mine goes up and then it goes down to my leg.
What? To your leg?
Yeah, to my leg. Yeah. And then on my left side, I had a tattoo that they didn't fully remove. Like literally le faltaba half an inch, even less probably,
to remove it.
To just completely remove it. They didn't remove that. I developed dog ears on my left side. So due to that, sometimes I gotta be editing my pictures para que no se mire, porque si se mira como un gordito ahí. And it's something I never even complained to him about.
Yeah.
But it's there. So I started noticing all of these changes, and it's when I started contacting the office. Hey, this and this is happening. Oh, the doctor's not in right now. The doctor's in vacation. Again. We'll leave him your message. Okay. Yo me esperaba. I'm very patient. You know, I'm very patient when it comes up to certain stuff. Yeah. I'm very impatient with other things.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? That's fine. I knew that it was a busy practice. I didn't want to put pressure on him.
Right.
I let time pass by. Y otra vez I would call, hey, I haven't got a call from you guys. Yeah. I started even telling me, you guys never even called me for when I developed my seroma. Yeah. You guys haven't called me for checkups. Oh, it's because we've been busy. Here, call tomorrow and we're going to set up. Así se la llevaba, nomás dándomelas de larga. Until finally, one day I was able to speak to, I don't know if she's like the finance girl, the one la que cobra. No sé exactamente. Lo que pasó fue que I called her and she's like, well, look, she's like, for the procedures that he needs to fix, he's going to charge you about $5,000 for each procedure. And I was like, why? She's like, I don't know, chica. That's just how it is. Wow. I was like, okay, so you do the math. That's $15,000. Yeah. Because you got to fit under my muscle. He told me that the reason he didn't put it under my muscle was because the implant was too big. But my doctor in Colombia was able to put it under my muscle. And
which is where it's supposed to be,
where it's supposed to be, para que no se caigan.
Yes.
So just imagine, like, with time, a bag. You put something heavy in there, it's going to start dragging it down.
Yeah.
You know, skin stretches.
Yeah.
And I started talking to her about all of these things, and she's like, you know what, chica, like, it is what it is. Like, we have to charge you. Like, que porque no le, que he has to pay the anesthesiologist or whatever. I was like, that's not my problem, though. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
You know, like, how
these are results for his wrongdoing.
His work. Like, you can't even say that I moved during surgery or something because I was asleep.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's literally nothing to blame on me. So I went back and forth. I eventually got tired. I never thought about a lawyer. I never thought about anything.
Right.
During that time, you never seeked a second medical opinion?
I did, but it was in Colombia.
Oh, okay, that was in Colombia.
Yeah.
So at what point, once you got that information from his clinic, did you decide, you know what, I need to like stop seeking help from him and go elsewhere?
That was in April. Literally 3 months after my surgery.
Oh, wow.
Like, estaban necios que no y que no. I was like, how am I going to pay for something?
Yeah.
Like, I already paid 30 grand. That's like another, that's 45 grand that I'm doing, like, investing in my body. So I gave up. Like I said, at that time, I was very naive. I never thought about a lawyer, about anything. I didn't even know what the statute of limitations was or anything. So I was like, okay. I was like, that's fine. And then one day I was on my Instagram and I was live and I was telling my followers about how, I want to go to Colombia and fix this and that. Right. And some random person was like, we're going to go to Colombia in June. You want to go? Vámonos.
Colombia.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, just DM me. Y así lo dejamos. And then I didn't reply to that person. A few days passed by.
Yeah.
And then some other girl messaged me. She's like, hey, my mom's been trying to contact you about the trip to Colombia. Do you want to go? And I was like, that's right. So I decided to reply to her.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, the doctor's great. Look, these are pictures of my mom. Okay. She's gotten work with him done before. Se llama así, así. And I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? When are you guys leaving? No, I think it was June 17 or June 19. Like, I still remember. And I was like, I was like, what's your flight? No, que este. Bueno. That same second, I bought my flight. Vámonos. I didn't think about it. Like, I didn't even know if the pictures were photoshopped or if that was even his work.
So you didn't research
I didn't do research, nothing. With that vibe.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I have a good feeling about this.
Yeah. I was just like, okay. ¿Qué tengo de perder, verdad? Yeah. I mean, no. No. So I was like, you know what? Okay. So llegó June. Okay. And in May, I ended that toxic relationship. Okay. And he was going to go with me to Colombia. Yeah. And, you know, I tried talking to him again just for him to go with me because I had nobody. Yeah, no quería ir sola. Y no quiso el cabrón. I was like, vete a la verga, pues. I was like, no pasa nada. So I went, and literally like 3 days before I left to Colombia, I started getting doubts. I was like, oh my God, what if I die? What if what if I go over there and they're gonna sell my organs? Like,
oh my God.
I'm not even joking. Me empezaron a entrar tantas dudas. And then I did one of the saddest things I've ever had to do. I went to the bank, and everything that I have under my name, I put it under my mom's name. You know, and that was something como que reality hit me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm actually gonna do this.
Yeah. But your mom knew you were going to Colombia, right?
Yeah, she knew.
Okay.
And she was concerned because she obviously didn't know who I was going with. Yeah. She didn't know anything. Yeah. I just kind of gave her my word, like, oh yeah, Mom, I know who the doctor is. Like, do not lie to your parents.
Yeah. Moral of the story.
Yeah, moral of the story. Do not lie to your parents. Yeah. Like, parents tienen that instinct. Yeah, sometimes it could be wrong and they're exaggerating. But 90% of the times, parents are right. You know?
Yeah.
My mom spoke to a lady that I was going with on the phone. No, que sí, señora, que esto. My mom got trust, and yo también. And we ended up in Colombia, and I told her, I was like, look, if I don't feel comfortable with the doctor, can I not get surgery? She's like, yeah, that's fine. You could fly back home the next day si quieres. So I was like, okay. I was like, that's cool. Todavía no, creo que había puesto like $1,000 down payment or whatever. I didn't care about losing that, but they told me that they would give me my money back. And I went over there and I got my consultation, and the doctor went straight to the point. He's like, mira, te hizo esto mal, te recomiendo que te hagas esto y que no te hagas esto porque si no, tu piel va a quedar más flácida. They ended up doing another BBL. Okay. I was supposed to get a second tummy tuck to fix the scar, and I didn't get it because he recommended me lipo better. Okay. So my waist could get smaller. So that's why in my pictures, mi cintura, it was tiny. Like, me acuerdo y me da agüite. Me hizo lipo y yo cuando estaba gordita, I still had a waist. So he just defined it even more. Okay. And he told me about my breast with augmentation. Me dice, tu doctor, it was just him being lazy. He's like, it was just him being lazy or to save time. And it made sense to me because this doctor, he was taking in a lot of patients in one day. Yeah, and me habían dicho que el día que me iba a operar a mí, this Beverly Hills doctor.
Can we say his name?
Yeah, Dr. Smiley.
Smiley, yeah.
So,
he was going to have other that same day?
They told me that he was only going to have, I think, like 3 that day.
Okay.
But that was like, see, en un día mínimo eran 3. Imagínate en un busy day. You know, so I was like, I mean, lo pasado ya es pasado. I was like, can you fix this for me? He's like, yes, I definitely can. Se te va a poner el implante debajo del músculo. And he actually ended up putting 500 cc's. And with Dr. Smiley, I think he put in 450 or 480. Okay. One of those two. So how was a 500 cc implant supposed, like, how did it go under my muscle? And this doctor wasn't able to do that. You know, so it made sense to me. I was like, este güey nomás le dio huevonada. Yeah. And I was like, okay, do what you got to do. I ended up getting arm lipo. Okay. I got my breast with augmentation. I got lipo 360. I got lipo between my legs. I got fat transfer to my butt. It was a whole fiasco. Yeah. You know.
¿Y cómo te sentiste? How different was this surgery to your previous surgery? Like, you spoke about your, the energy that you got from the doctor. Did you feel like you were in a good place at the right time?
I did. Okay. I was still a little bit iffy, obviously, because one thing that did concern the living shit out of me was that the type of anesthesia that they use in Colombia. Okay. They don't use general anesthesia. They can, but they don't recommend it. Okay. The anesthesiologist, he started scaring me like, you could, like, se puede pasar de anestesia y te puedes morir or whatnot. Yes. So the type, So I was like, what type of anesthesia do you guys use? Yeah. So they use epidural. It's the same type of anesthesia that they use in Mexico as well. Okay. But not the same as the U.S. Yeah. So in that aspect, I trust the U.S. 500%. I'd rather be put to sleep
here and there.
Yeah, because I woke up twice during surgery.
No.
Yeah.
During the surgery in Colombia.
In Colombia.
Twice.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This is another reason why there's so many of my followers asking me who the doctor is specifically. Right. I could recommend, but if something like that happens, like I said, not everybody, like everybody, takes it the same. So I don't want something to happen to somebody que digan, ella me lo recomendó.
This happened because you told me.
Or because you said he was a good doctor. Yes, he's an excellent doctor. Mi respetos para ese señor, opera maravilloso. Yeah. Pero, I woke up twice during surgery.
When you woke up those times, did you, like, because you're laying down, right? So did you look, or you just like shake your head, or what did you do?
I know. How did you wake up to?
Did you
like,
see any blood, or like did you see any blood?
So I was laying down, and they had this thing like when you're gonna give birth, que pa que no mires. So I think they're pretty aware that it's happened before. You know.
Oh my god! I'm just imagining like out. I don't know.
Like I had already gone into surgery freaked out because of the epidural.
Had they mentioned that to you, that you can wake up during surgery?
I had seen that in a lot of reviews online, but
at that clinic they didn't tell you. They didn't disclose.
Like I asked them, but obviously no te van a decir sí.
Would you wish they had told you? Would that have changed your mind?
You know what? Me being a freaking hardhead, I would have still done surgery.
También a veces es mejor que no te digan, because cuando when you're going to surgery, you have to be calm. Like even if it's a little lie, like tienes que ir. Tu cuerpo y tu mente tienes que ir positivo.
Because then you're tense.
Yes, you have to. Because you know what? When I went into surgery, I was crying.
Oh man.
And the lady told me, te tienes que relajar, si no el doctor no te va a operar. So me amarré un huevo and I was just like, do it. Yeah, it was scary. Even there's this liquid que te bañan toda with a sponge.
Yes.
I think it's like sterilizing something. I don't know, so but you end up looking like a damn Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, orange.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was scary. I remember I was standing there literally freaking butt naked with like 6 nurses in the room staring at me, and I was just like... Empecé a llorar y me dijo, te tienes que calmar. Y dije,
wow.
Andy, verga, eso quería.
Y esta cirugía salió bien, right?
Yeah, sí salió bien.
He was able to fix los problemas que te había hecho el otro doctor de Beverly Hills?
Yeah, except the scar. The scar still
but
the same.
Everything else, he was able to fix it the way it should have been done the first time.
Correct.
Okay.
So back to the part that I woke up during surgery. Yeah. I know a lot of viewers are probably going to be really interested. Like,
what do you mean?
Like nos dejaste en suspenso, mujer. So they had the mat right here. Y fue que I just remember like waking up, opening my eyes. I don't remember too much. I remember it was a really fucked up pain porque yo sentía que me estaban haciendo lipo de mi right side. So I could feel the cannula going in and out, in and out.
Oh my God. When did they realize that you were up?
En putiza yo empecé a gritar. Yeah, I was like, me duele. And they just knocked me out. I really don't remember the pain, but I know it was bad because I started
screaming.
Yeah. So en putiza me pusieron a dormir.
¿Y luego cuánto tiempo pasó para que te devolviste a
dormir?
No, you woke up the second time.
I don't remember. I mean, I wasn't, like, there was no way for me to keep...
But you recall waking up.
Yeah, I remember a second time because they were suturing up this breast.
Okay.
And since I don't feel this breast, thank God I don't feel that breast. I could just feel, like, tugging and, you know?
Yeah.
Y me levanté. And I remember that time I did open my eyes good. And they had me like this.
Okay.
So I started looking around. I had the thing right here in my face. I was like, hola, ¿cómo están? ¿Ya terminaron? Señorita, se tiene que dormir. No, puedo, ¿me deja ver? Señorita, que se tiene que dormir. A ver, enséñenme pues. Y pum, they knocked me out again.
Oh my God, you wanted to see? I would have been like,
yeah,
put me back to sleep.
I have issues. You know, they put me back to sleep, and then surgery ended. They took me into a recovery room. And like I said, yo me levanto con tanta energía. I went into surgery looking like, and then I came out like, oh, me miro bien perra. So the first thing the first thing I did was take out my phone, like always, and I snapped the picture. And I put it up on social media, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Yeah. Okay. So, me tenían bien fajada, and I was feeling great. I was like, what time can I leave? They're like, no, you have to rest. I was like, I want to leave already, though, you know? I don't remember how long they left me in there, but I think it was until the next day.
Okay.
So it was quite, like, it was a good group of time.
Whereas in the U.S., that same day you left.
They wanted you to leave that same day.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I ended up staying over there in a recovery home. So in the recovery home, the great thing about that es que te dan tu medicamento, te bañan, te lavan, they wash your fajas, te encargan tus fajas, se encargan de llevarte y traerte al hospital.
Oh, wow.
De todo se encargan.
Like 24/7.
24/7.
How were you able to find that? Like the same people you traveled with? Like,
yeah.
They went.
Yeah, they had been there before.
So they were previous clients.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so it was great. I had my own room, my own shower and everything. It was just a little bit more expensive, probably like $15 more per day.
Okay.
I think I paid $80 or $100 per day.
Okay.
Que es lo mismo que un hotel.
Yes.
You know?
Pero ahí te están cuidando.
Pero ahí they're taking care of you.
Yeah, te dan tus 3 comidas al día and everything was super healthy.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's another reason I lost a lot of weight too. Like I was looking amazing when I came back from Colombia. So también pasó something that I do want to bring up, that I got a infection in Colombia.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not sure exactly what it was due to, so I don't want to point fingers. I don't want to say it's my fault. I don't want to say it was the recovery home's fault. Just something happened.
Right.
You know, I can't point fingers because I'm very aware that the recovery home was very clean.
Yeah.
Everything was always sterilized.
Yes.
Cuando me daban mis masajes, that's another thing.
Masajes.
Yeah, hacen los masajes inside the recovery home.
Okay.
Te ponen también una luz, es a blue light, para secarte los líquidos de adentro that they weren't able to drain out. You know, so you won't
They don't have
develop
the
a seroma.
problem. Yeah.
Exactly.
Got it. But in that process, you somehow got an infection.
I somehow got an infection.
Like in one of your body parts or like inside?
So it happened on, okay, so if you're looking at the butt cheeks, like right above the butt crack, te hacen un hoyito para sacar y meter grasa.
Okay.
So I guess it went in through there. And at first, I started just feeling tight from my back.
Yeah.
It took like a while for me to know that I had a infection.
Okay.
You know,
So
porque
no era de un día a otro.
no.
Okay.
So I just started feeling tight on my back, tight. Y también las fajas las sentía ya bien incómodas, and I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Y me sentaba y me dolía una nalga.
Okay.
Oh, it was just like there was something wrong. I knew.
Right.
So
when did
pasó
you
un
go to
día
the
que, like about a week later, que me quité bien la faja, and I started like examining myself, y noté que tenía bien duro y caliente.
En tu espalda.
Yeah. So I was like, what is this? So I didn't even tell them about it.
Yeah.
Like,
This was at the recovery home.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was already about to come back to the US.
Okay, so you were like finishing it up.
Yeah, so I didn't
Okay.
want to say anything. I was just like, I want to go home.
Yeah, you're homesick now.
Yeah, so pasaron días y me empecé a sentir mal. And this when I opened my mouth and I was like, you know what? I was like, there's something on my back.
Okay.
And me hacían masajes y me daban duro ahí. They're like, maybe es agua encapsulada o algo. Like something, you know, tal vez nomás estás hinchada.
Nunca imaginaron que
No, so me hacían masajes y pues me lastimaba más.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, me lastimaba más. Like, it was really painful. And it got to a point que me empezaron a dar high fevers. Y no sabíamos qué tenía. Y me empecé, de un día para otro, my waist went from this to me looking like a freaking cow. Like,
Wow.
ni parecía que me habían hecho cirugía.
Yeah.
Like, it just looked square, like swollen. The infection started coming towards my stomach.
Oh,
It started
spreading.
it started going down to my butt cheek, started going up to my back. So todo esto lo tenía duro. Yo una nalga la tenía súper dura. La espalda, la panza. And that's when I started tripping out. And my mom would call me. Hey, ya te vas a venir pasado mañana, ¿verdad? Sí, mom. Llegó el día. And she's like, ¿a qué horas llegas? ¿Y a qué horas llegas? ¿Por qué no me contestas? Contéstame el FaceTime. Y yo no le quería contestar.
¿Por qué no querías preocuparle?
Yeah. Y yo le decía, no, ya, sí voy a llegar a tal y tal hora. I'm gonna take an Uber. Y ese mismo día that I was supposed to fly, I collapsed. It got to a point that I would sit on my bed and I would just faint. Ese día me desmayé y la nurse, Diana, si estás mirando esto, te quiero mucho.
bien.
La nurse está igual de alta que yo.
Yeah.
So me levantó and she's like, no, esta muchacha está mal. And they rushed me to a hospital.